Hey, what is up guys, Bongonzo here. So these are the best free plugins that you can get for free right now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through every single one of the free plugins that I use. And I'm going to do a really quick, like maybe 15-second blurb about every single plugin. I'm going to rank each plugin by how great they are and how often I use them. And I'll have a link to every single one of my plugins in the description. Now I have about 30 plugins to show you, so this is going to be kind of quick, so let's get into it. This MConvolution Easy plugin is the best reverb I've ever seen in my life. I just put this on my track, and I just turn down the wet. And that's basically all I ever do to my plugins, and it sounds amazing. This M compressor is so amazing. I use it all the times for sidechain. You can just turn on sidechain using that, and it's really just a great all-around compressor. It has a whole bunch of different sounds you can just find throughout the plugin. You can also just like specifically choose the ones you like. So like, for example, the Play Series stuff is really good. This is just a really authentic, really good plugin. But on top of that, the best of all is that it's a sampler. For example, I use this for all my drums and stuff like that. If I want to drag in like a clap, for example, there we go. That's a clap right there. It has all of the ADSR kind of stuff like that. Attack, decay to sustain and release. Pahala frequency echo is by far the best delay plugin I've ever found. You can do a whole bunch of different like times, like 1/8 or like an eighth note. You can have the mix knob, a shift knob. That makes it have really good stereo kind of stuff. This Iota mini plugin is so crazy. It has so many sounds that are so high quality for being free. I don't really love this 808, but if we just like scroll through, that's a really cool bass for trap music. That's a cool guitar. That's a cool piano. Overall, this Iota mini plugin is so crazy. It's made for trap beats, and I just love it so much. Waveshaper is a really amazing plugin for like distortion on your 808s. I love it so much. I also use it all the time on my percussions and stuff like that. I really recommend this plugin. This Frontier plugin is a really good soft clipper. You can't really tell what it sounds like when you have just an electric piano, but if you have this on your master channel, it's a good soft clipper. This is a new distortion slash compression plugin I got recently called Slam Pup. The compression is actually really rich and really nice, but the bite is really intense. I use it all the times on my drums, every once in a while on my kick. This TDR Nova plugin is really amazing. I really love that it has the high pass filter and the low pass filter. You can solo your band so that you only hear what is playing. It also has the feature that you can sidechain EQ, which means like if you have an 808, every time the 808 plays, it knocks down the lower frequencies on like, for example, your melody. Crusher is a really amazing distortion. I can't believe I didn't get it sooner. Really versatile and really powerful. Pitchproof is a really cool plugin that's kind of hard to find, but basically what it does, this is a plugin for vocals, and basically what you do is if you sing a note like dun, what it's going to do is it's going to add a third harmony to it, but you can also change anything you want. So if you want like an octave harmony, I use it all the time for my vocals, which is really crazy because this is a kind of a hard to find plugin, but I've linked to it in the description. So this is the Span plugin, and basically what it is a frequency analyzer, and as you can see, it shows exactly what you have going on that channel. I usually have this plugin on my master channel, and it's really easy to show you what the volume level of your thing is and where the frequencies are. I'm sure you've heard of Ozone Imager. This one's really good for just like making a stereo effect on your instrument. The free clip distortion plugin is a really good way to get like good clipping distortion. I don't use this plugin enough for its crazy ability, but it's a really nice guitar sound that just really sounds real. I'm going to link you to an 808 glides and slides tutorial for explaining why this sampler is pretty good. This one's also pretty good reverb, but I like the other one better. Basically, this is a good one because it has a lot of fine tuning you can do. If you're specific about it, you can use this plugin, but the other one is just better for more natural sounding reverbs. You thought I was gonna forget isotope vinyl. Nope, you can't forget isotope vinyl with its mechanical noise, its wear, with its electro. It's really meant to be able to replicate like old like lo-fi kind of stuff, and it's just really great. Guitar rig is pretty cool because it has a whole bunch of little plugins inside of it. So if you want like a good flanger in your stuff, it's really meant to replicate what like a pedal board would sound like. This is my go-to plugin if I need pitch correction. It's really simple to use. You can just like you can like select notes that you don't want to be played, and then it will like automatically pitch to it. This is called a Con Digital Multiply, and it is a chorus plugin. It's just really good to fine tune it. So many little parameters you can affect. Not only can you just do like normal EQ stuff, but like if you right click on your band, you can have other options with like more fine tuned things like that. And also if you click this toolbar here, you can choose what you want your thing to affect. So let's say on the right channel you had some weird stuff. You could EQ just the right channel. This Amato Pitch is kind of useful for tuning your vocals if you have vocals. But it's also really cool for formant shifting. I use this limiter N6 anytime I'm doing mastering because it has a compressor, it has a limiter, it has a high frequency limiter, a clipper, and you can also have like an output. So it's really nice if you have it on the master channel. It's really good like that. Simpleside is a good plugin for like automating a volume kind of thing. For example, I'm gonna do something like this where it just like dips down right at the very beginning, and it's gonna loop every like 2 bars. It's kind of cool for like a little effect. I use it quite often actually. This plugin is called Yulin Loudest Meter 2. And it basically tells you like what the overall volume of your song is as your song progresses. So that's really helpful for mastering, and you can kind of see exactly what your things are using LUFS and other dB meters. Saturator is a really nice way to get some saturation on your stuff. Like that just already feels like just a little bit more lively. And Auto Pan is really cool for like panning left to right. You can use this on like keyboards and stuff like that. Spectral Pan is a really cool plugin because you can do some weird things. Basically what happens is this is the right and this is the left. And this is like an EQ spectrum. So if you do something like this, then all of the low sounds are panned to the left and all the high sounds are panned to the right. For example, Stereo Expansion 2 does this. And it sounds really cool. I know there's like a Logic Pro X plugin that does this out of the box. I don't use this plugin very often, but you can really get nasty with it. Like this is 50% distortion. You can really go crazy with this distortion. And I don't use it very often, but I do like it. Tyrell N6 is a kind of cool plugin. Basically it's made to emulate a like old like retro kind of synth. Really cool. This Backmask plugin is a really cool glitch plugin. I showed it off on the last free plugins video, and you never really know what's going to happen. This Loudmax is a really good plugin if you're using mastering because it has really good true peak kind of like analyzation. So like if you have this at -1.5, the true peak of the song will never go past -1.5. Every once in a while you want a tremolo, so here's the tremolo. Every once in a while you want a vibrato, so here's the vibrato. M phasers. Every once in a while you want a phaser, so M phaser is here for you. I really can't remember the last time I used this plugin, but it's a M flanger. And it's kind of cool sounding. I don't use this plugin anymore, but it's still a sampler. It's probably the most iconic sampler. It has some nice compression stuff to it, so you can affect your samples right on the fly. It's really handy. This is the ADSR Sampler. Really good for sample selection, like you can find your samples really easily. But the only thing is that it's kind of laggy, and it also crashes my computer all the time, and it crashes a lot of other people's computers. This is Contact Player, which is like a demo version of a more advanced Complete Control, which is why I like Complete Control better, because it has more features. But this one is, if you're planning on using Contact in the future, you might want to get your feet wet in this kind of thing because it's kind of handy. The blue glitch is a pretty standard glitch plug. This just loops around in circles, and that's really helpful for if you have like a 4-bar loop, you can just make like a 4-bar little loop on here and just have like an effect. MBit Fun is a really cool Bitcrusher kind of distortion, and you get some really unique sounds with it. So this vocal doubler plugin is kind of weird. It's really good on vocals, but it's basically just made to like kind of have a duplicate of your vocal track and have it like be separated a little bit. I just got this plugin. I'm not sure if it's super great, but it's like lots of strings from around the world. WAV Folder is a really weird kind of distortion. I don't exactly know how it works. I'm not going to show you how to use a vocoder right now because it's very, very complicated. But if you need a vocoder, I'll have a link in the description for it. This is the TX16WX sampler, and it's really, really complicated. I can play 2 different sounds on one keyboard at one time, which is sometimes helpful. It's kind of nice because it has loops, it has slices, everything. You can also do like attack, decay, sustain, release, and all that kind of stuff, which is really, really fancy. This problem is that it's very CPU intensive, and it's also just very overcomplicated. And that is it for my free sample video. I literally went through every single free sample I use, so I hope this helped out someone. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you really like to hit the subscribe button. Trap be making videos every single week, and this is just all the plugins I use. So now you're on the same page as me. We can get things on, and I just want you to see you make as best music as you can. Anyway, I'll see you guys this week Saturday. See you later.